you talk about the end of life with your spouse. It's something we don't want to go to, but it's something that's so important for married couples, because what happens if a spouse dies when it comes to your financial resources? Are you left with the debt? This is something that's a very sticky situation sometimes. And Richelle Shaw, who is the National Association for Moms in Business spokesperson, says it's a topic you should discuss with your spouse while you're able to, before somebody gets sick. Or, you know, I mean, that's a hard thing to discuss on Friday night dinner, but it's kind of a needed thing.
Yeah, it's really a needed thing to know where everything is, because all of a sudden they're dead and you're not sure what you are supposed to do. But the really, really bad thing is what happens to their debt. And here in Nevada, we're a community property state. So if you marry someone who wins the poker tournament, you get to share half. But if you marry somebody who's a deadbeat, you get to share half too.
So if you marry someone who's got all this debt, that becomes your debt, correct?
Well, debt before the marriage is not yours, but after the marriage, it definitely can come to you. So the things that you have to make sure that you do is that as soon as they call, you don't want to answer any questions.
And I know we found this actually, you know, in the reality TV, The Housewives of Beverly Hills. Taylor Armstrong's husband, who passed away, she was left, he had all this financial crisis, and now she's having to sort out. And is that what happens? I mean, say a spouse dies, man or woman, and they learn that there was all this financial debt. Is that now theirs?
Yeah, well, it is. And sometimes it depends on what it is. So if it's like credit card, if you are a signer on the account, then yeah, it is. But even in California, they're also a community property state. So half of it is going to be hers. The best thing to do is when creditors call is just don't answer any questions.
Oh, don't answer the phone.
No, well, you can do that too, but at least send them to say everything needs to go to the executor, so that at least slows things down a minute, right? And then the second thing is that you want to make sure that the debt is actually still a valid debt. You know, sometimes when people die, they come after you for stuff that the statute of limitations is over, because really with unsecured debt, statutes of limitations are between 3 and 6 years. So you want to make sure that you actually still owe the debt.
Real quickly, would you advise then for couples to have joint accounts or some separate accounts or credit cards? What would you think is better?
Well, you know, I always say you should have your own. You know, have some separate, but sometimes it doesn't matter depending on what state you're in. So in Nevada, it doesn't matter anyway.
So you could be grieving and still having to deal with a whole mess left behind. So communicate, which is a rule of any marriage, any good relationship.
Absolutely.
It helps you on this earth and after, right?
And after, absolutely.
All right, Richelle, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Jason, over to you.